Hello the Matrix. In our previous video, we've talked and introduced the geomorphology of rivers. Now let us look at the river system. The video link will be in the description below. So now as water flows, remember we said that that is known as surface runoff. That is just the flow of water away from where it was collected. So this will actually form things that are known as streams, and those streams are known as tributaries. So basically, as water flows, let's just say this is your ground, and then here it is. So when the water actually flows away from the ground, or when the water is actually running off, it forms streams. It forms streams. And then these streams, they are known as what? They are known as tributaries. So whenever you are hearing the word tributaries, we are talking about the streams of just water that is running off over the surface of the ground. And then now those tributaries, they actually join to form a river. So those small streams, they can join together and they will form what we call a river. So basically, we can say that the tributaries are these small streams. These are the tributaries. These all are the tributaries. Even this one as well is a tributary because it's just the small streams of the flow of water. And then when these two tributaries join, they form what we say is known as a river. So basically, tributaries join to form a river. So now the river and its tributaries are known as the river system. So whenever you hear the word river system, we are talking about the river and its tributaries all together. So collectively, all of this is known as a river system. This is the river and its tributaries. So let's just look at how the river system looks like in supposedly real world. So now here is your river system here. This is your river. So you have got this is a tributary here. Basically the tributary, we are talking about these small streams. Even this one is also a tributary. It's just these small streams of water. And then this one is also a tributary as well. Okay, let's just assume, okay, it's fine. These are our tributaries. And then when these two tributaries meet, they will actually form a river. So this is your river. And then together, the river with its tributaries, this is known as a river system. So do not worry too much about the other labels because we're about to look at them right now. So basically, the place where a river system flows, it is actually known as the drainage basin. So the drainage basin is actually the area, or it is the land through which a river flows, or you can say through which a river system flows in a sense. So we are talking about all this area where you find the river. So they usually highlight it using dotted lines around that place. This is known as the drainage basin. So the drainage basin, we are just talking about the area where we find a river flowing at. So there are features of a river that we can look at. We can look at the source, we can look at the mouth, we can look at all of that. So first, the source of a river, it is where the river originates. This is where the river begins in a basic sense. So it is actually usually a higher lying ground. So it is actually a mountainous area most of the times, because remember that for water to flow, it actually flows from a high mountain, a high lying area to a lower lying area. So in this case, the source is actually always a high lying area. So the source is where the river begins, or that is where the river originates. So you can see that here you are having the river starting here at this point. This is known as the source of the river. And then the river mouth, or the mouth of the river, it is basically where the river flows into the sea. Okay, in other textbooks, they can say the mouth is actually where the river flows into another lake or into another river. That is still correct, but here we are looking at a broader view that a river must always flow from its source to a sea. So a river has to always flow towards the sea. Note that in a practical or in a realistic sense, it is always like this, because some of your rivers there, they just end in your villages. Okay, so basically the river here, we are looking at just a river that is flowing into the ocean or into the sea. So try not to get puzzled around over that topic. So basically the river mouth, that is where the river flows into the sea. So basically you can see that here, this is your river. It has flowed and flowed and flowed and flowed. And then here it is at the ocean. So you can see that the river is now flowing into the ocean, or the water of the river it is now flowing into the ocean, or you can say into the sea. So basically, the river always flows from where it originates into the ocean. And then the confluence of a river is where two tributaries join. Remember that we have said that two tributaries actually join to form a river, basically. So when we're talking about the confluence is the point where we find two tributaries joining, or you can say where two streams join, because the confluence can refer to two rivers meeting at some point. So where two rivers meet, or where two streams meet, or you can say where two tributaries meet, that is still correct as well. So you can see that here we are having another stream coming from that direction, and we are having another stream. Okay, this is a bigger one. And then where they meet or where they join, their junction, it is known as the confluence. Where they meet or where they join, it is known as the confluence. So the confluence is where two streams meet, where two tributaries, or you can say where two rivers meet. That is still fine as well. So the confluence, that's where they meet. Then now we have got two higher lying grounds, or we have got two higher lying or mountainous areas. Basically, we have got an interfluve as well as a watershed. Do not confuse these two things because they're not the same. Remember, when we're talking about a higher lying ground, we are talking just a place that is mountainous, a place that actually goes up. It is somewhat above the ground. It's a higher lying ground or a higher lying area. So the higher lying ground between two tributaries is known as the interfluve. So let's just look at an interflow from this diagram. So from this diagram, you can note that here on the diagram, we have got, this is a tributary here. This is a tributary that is flowing here. This is just a small stream. And then this is also a tributary. This is also a tributary that is coming from the source. So you can see that here we are having tributaries. So if we look at the first tributary and the second tributary, in between them, there is a high lying ground. You can see that there is a place that is a high lying, it's a high lying area. It looks like a hill or it looks like a mountain. So when you find a high lying area between two tributaries or between two streams, it is known as an interfluve. So in a side view kind of drawing, I would make something like this and say that this is one tributary and then this is another tributary. So the high-lying area is something like this. Although I'm not good at drawing, but it's something like that. Yeah. So we're having two tributaries and they're separated by an interflow, which is just a high-lying area between two tributaries. Then we've got a watershed is also a high-lying ground, or it's a high-lying area that separates two drainage basins, or you can say that it separates two river systems. So basically, here we only have got one river system. You can say that we only have got one river here in a sense, because we have got tributaries joining to form only one. They're actually all joining to go into the same area. So if we have got another river, maybe let's just say we've got another river system in the neighborhood, that river system will be separated by the watershed. So the watershed, basically, it separates the what? It separates, it's a high-lying ground, it's a high-lying area as well. It separates two rivers. It acts the same way as an interfluve. It's just that the interfluve, it separates tributaries of the same river. So if we can just try to visualize that, let's just say we have got, this is one river, maybe this is Limpopo River or something like that. And then maybe we have got another river here. Maybe this is Umhlatuze River or something like that. So we've got two rivers here, Umhlatuze and Limpopo rivers. So these rivers, let's just assume that they are not going to meet, or they are going in different directions. They are two separate rivers. So they are going to be separated by a high-lying ground or a high-lying area. So this high-lying area, they usually like to use these symbols to represent it. So this high-lying area between these two rivers, it is known as a watershed. So it is just a hilly place. It's a high-lying area. You can see here from this diagram that this place is mountainous. It goes up, it goes up. So if there was a river next to this one, then it would be separated by a watershed from this one. So those are the features of the river that we can also look at. So in our next video, we are going to be looking at the types of rivers. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends to stay tuned.